Welcome to another episode of Adulting with Wine. I'm your host Sasha. I hope you guys are all doing well this week. This week I wasn't planning to talk about this topic, but I came across it and I decided to talk about it. So today I sort of have a random topic to talk to you guys about. It's body image. Well, I guess it's not all that random. I was watching one of my close friend stories, and she was talking about her weight loss journey and self-sabotage, and how she's felt shame and trauma around her body. And I was like, whoa, that's me. But no, I related so much to that message. I spent most of my life feeling really bad about my body, even like till this day. It was never good enough. And for that reason, even at my smallest, I didn't feel good about my body, or nor did I honor my body. So, in order for you guys to get the picture, I'm going to go back and kind of tell the story about my journey with my body from my childhood. So, if you have popcorn, get popcorn. If not, then don't. But yeah, so I was a fat child. I don't have any memory of me. I know maybe from like 1 to 4, I was probably really small, but for the majority of my childhood, from what I can remember, I was a fat child. And I think the most difficult thing about that is that nobody ever let me forget that. My mom's friends constantly reminded me that I was getting so big. My mom constantly compared me to my very slim sister. Also letting me know that it was difficult for her to find clothes for me. Then one day the doctor told my mom that I was obese, and I needed to see a specialist to get help with that. My mom, from then on, she got really serious about helping me lose weight. In general, I feel like there was a lot of concern around health to her. We, in general, have a family that has a lot of high blood pressure type of thing, and my mom is not for that. So I think when she heard that it could be a health concern, she took it really seriously, and she would make all of my meals. I mean, she would, of course, always make me breakfast and dinner, but she took it upon herself to also make me lunch every day for school as well. Then in the summer, I went to a sports camp. I don't play any sports, nor do I care about sports, but I went to a sports camp. Essentially what we did all day was play different sports, and then at the end of the camp there was like some tournament type of thing where you win awards. But I was just there to really lose weight because I was starting high school at the end of the summer or beginning of fall. So I just wanted to start fresh and not be known as the fat kid. The specialist appointment was months away, and by the time I had the appointment actually came around, I didn't need to go to the specialist because I had lost so much weight. By this time I started high school is a very introspective time for a lot of people, and I feel like in general people compare themselves to one another, and you're hypercritical of yourself. So going into that was really hard for me. I weighed a lot less than I did in middle school by that time, but I had absolutely no curves. Like, we're talking about the chest was to my chest. Like, the chest was bone, and I had no booty, I had no hips, nothing. I was just small. So, little unbeknownst to me, being small was not enough. And again, I was called out for it. And I was called out for it on my first day of high school, literally first day of freshman year, this guy called me out to let me know that I didn't have any curves in the middle of the hallway. And that was not the last time that had happened to me. One time a boy even told me that, I was basically lucky to be pretty because I didn't have any breast or ass. And I think the most odd thing about it was that I had a friend, my best friend in high school was basically the thick girl. She had a booty, she had breasts, she had everything. So if you're talking about standing next to the worst person to be compared with, that was me. So I don't know. It was just really hard because I think I still didn't love my body. One, I didn't feel any adoration for my body being smaller because it was still being critiqued. Um, so even though I was smaller, I didn't feel great about my body. I didn't even recognize or feel that I was smaller. Um, and then on top of that, my doctor told me I was overweight at 150 pounds, which in grand retrospect, I guess on industry standards, I was overweight. But at the end of high school, I was a size 4 dress. I don't know what size I was supposed to be to him, but um, whatever. That doctor sucked. Highly wouldn't recommend. Um, for more reasons than just that. But anyway, on top of all of that, my mom went from commenting about how I couldn't fit into any clothes to how I was so skinny, which is so ironic because I guess to her there's this perfect size, and to many people there's this perfect size that you're supposed to be. You can't be, even in today's society, you can't be a Coil Ray, but you can't be a, I don't even know. Or Lizzo. You can't be a Lizzo. You can't be a Coil Ray, but you can't be a Lizzo. And it's just really frustrating when you're a woman trying to grow into yourself and become your own, because what does any of that mean? So anyway, I ended up going on to college, and for reference, I started college at 16. So again, I was still a teenager, and I was still really critical of myself and what I looked like, and my body was still very a sensitive topic for me. I ate like crap, but for the most part, I guess with my metabolism and, by the time I got to my second year of college, I was working all the time on top of going to school and commuting 2 hours to school each way. I was kind of maintaining my weight until I wasn't. Until my curves decided to curve, okay? Legs and hips and body. Let's get 'em, girls. Body. And people noticed, and I guess in retrospect, it was a positive thing that people noticed. Like, it was positive feedback. People were like, wow, like, your butt's getting bigger, type of thing. Like, the type of thing people tell you when it's supposed to be a good thing. But to me, I didn't like the attention. And I think I didn't like the attention because it triggered me. It made me feel like it put me in a space where my body was being discussed. And that brought me back to a place from when I was little, and I didn't like it. So in order to hide out from that, I got baggy jeans. Because literally, when I say I only grew hips in a butt, I literally only grew hips in a butt. So I had to I had to scrap all of my jeans and get new jeans. So instead of buying my actual size, I bought a size higher than that. And it worked out, I guess, but also hindered me because I remember like one time I was trying to talk to this guy at work, not my coworker, but a customer. Um, and his friend ended up trying to find him and talking to him, and he was just like, "Why are you talking to her? She even really got no nothing. Like, why you were like?" And he literally walked off because in his mind I didn't have a shape, and it was kind of like it was heartbreaking because I feel like I think I didn't I don't I never put words to my feelings then, but I felt like a lot of my worth was tied to what my body looked like, and it sucked. Fast forward 2 years after college, I developed a little bit of a stomach. I would call it like a skinny fat because I wasn't working out, so like I was really small. I fit into, you know, most parts same clothes, but um, I just have a little bit of a lower stomach fat because I did have like in general, I typically gain weight in my lower half of my body, so my lower stomach had a little bit of fat. So then again, I was in a place where I just felt like my body wasn't ideal. I was insecure and I wanted to start working out. So I got a gym membership again because I had multiple gym memberships. I was just never consistent really and putting in all the work together. And then I got slightly pressured into having a trainer. Um, and I got into shape, but I was just never satisfied because my body wasn't perfect. Like even at the end of when I was training with him, like I still had a little bit of stomach fat, and that bothered me. Like I was looking good, but with my clothes on, you know. Um, I stopped exercising after dealing with some life issues, and then I got into the last relationship with I was in, and then I just never consistently exercised ever again. I gained so much weight after that relationship ended. Well, not just after the relationship ended, but I gained so much weight throughout the relationship. And finally, at the beginning of 2021, I decided that I wanted to lose weight again. But I was super restrictive about it. I did Whole 30, which is not really a realistic diet to be on. But I did it, and I ended up losing a lot of weight. But again, I was still not in the body that I wanted. I was still wanting to lose more weight um, because I was looking for this ideal body type. And eventually, I was eating out every day because I, when you're super restrictive on yourself, you get to a point where you just binge, especially if you don't have food discipline or you don't really handle the issues that you have on the inside that deal with, you know, body image, such as what we're talking about now. So, um, I was eating out every day, and then, you know, at the around October of last year, you know, my dad passed away, and that just added on depression. So I was eating out basically every day for the rest of the year. I was spending so much money on Uber Eats. It actually it actually became a problem. So in that time, I gained all of the weight that I lost back, plus an additional 20 pounds. Um, and that brings me to present day. I hate my body, and seeing that post made me realize that I can't get the body that I want if I can't appreciate my body now for what it is. And I knew that, but somehow I was using my body as an excuse for so many things, and I didn't think I deserved much in the body that I have now. So now I'm shifting my mindset. I want to be more grateful because my body is a vessel. It does so much for me. It keeps me alive. It sustains me. And my body is amazing. So I need to appreciate it in the state that it is now. Um, so I'm doing that. I need to dress, you know, my body without trying to hide it. A lot of the times, especially now, I'm about to go on a vacation in a couple of days, and you know, I start to feel like, damn, like my stomach is showing. I don't really like it. I need to dress in a way that makes me feel confident, that makes me love my body instead of focusing on what I can't wear or wearing things that don't make me feel comfortable. I need to fill my body with healthy foods. I need to take care of my body. Like I said, my body's a vessel. It takes care of me. It does so much for me, and I need to take care of it. And lastly, I also need to prepare my body by working out. I need it to be healthy. I need it to stay functioning, and that's a way to take care of it. Um, and if I start there, I feel like I can't lose. For one, I want to start going back to an actual gym. Right now, I'm working out from my building gym, and it's just not the same. I feel like I just need to go back to a actual gym um, that has more equipment and allows me to people watch because that's my favorite thing to do at the gym. Um, the next thing is that I'm changing. The next thing is that I'm going to start ordering pre-made dinners because that's the thing that I really don't want to cook, or I get to the end of the day and if I'm tired, I'm just like, oh, well, I'll just order out, or well, I'll just eat. This is a really bad thing for me. Um, so if I have the pre-made dinners, they're ready to go. Um, I don't have to worry about overeating or eating something unhealthy in a moment of weakness or in a moment of, you know, where I'm tired. Lastly, I'm putting all the clothes in my closet that I was hoping I would fit into when I lose weight. I feel like we all have the items in our closet that are like, oh, I'm gonna wear this when I lose weight. I'm putting all of those into a box in my closet, and I'm not gonna look at it for 6 months. And if in 6 months I don't fit into any of those clothes, I'm donating all of them. Um, because I need to release the idea that I'm being attached to a size or holding on to something that just isn't it right now. So I'm gonna hold it on for the next 6 months and then release it. That might not be the healthiest thing, but that's what I'm doing for me. Hopefully, at the end of these 6 months, I can do like a review video, and I'm like, "Hey, this is what I look like now." But you know, we'll see. We'll see. Um, but that's my plan. I'm no longer putting weight loss in the forefront of it, but just taking care of myself. And, you know, that's my priority. I hope this video was inspiring to anyone who sort of has dealt with body image issues and just needs, some words of encouragement, because talking to my friend definitely put me in an inspiring mood and gave me this idea. So, thank you guys for listening. Be sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at Adulting with Wine, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.